welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over breastfeeding tips, products that we use and that we absolutely love. I wanted to make this video pretty simple, clear, understanding, because I know there's so much information out there about breastfeeding, but I just wanted to let you guys know of mine and Wrigley's experience. So we have had ups and downs breastfeeding, but we are 8 months and we are strong, so we are good. I plan to breastfeed him to like a year and a half, because I think around that time we're going to start trying again for baby number 2. So yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into it. I wrote down some notes here so I didn't forget really anything, because I typically forget a lot. Mom brain. So just a few tips that I found very useful, that most moms I feel like need to know because they don't know. And even when you go and do research, there's just so much information that you can try to absorb all at one time. So I kind of just wanted to break it down to 10 tips that I thought were the main tips that I needed. So first off, don't be surprised if it hurts at first. So when baby is born, they are learning to latch. They're learning to open up their mouth wider to get their latch deep enough in their mouth. So yeah, it's going to hurt. Your nipples are going to hurt, and that's just how it's going to go. It'll probably last for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, if that. It kind of just depends on how well their latch gets. So Wrigley's latch was not the best. It's still not the best, and we do use a nipple shield. So yeah, he is tongue-tied and he's lip-tied. We got his tongue revised. We didn't do his lip because the doctor said it really wasn't that bad. But so we still use a nipple shield and it works fine for us. I tried to break him at first and he didn't care for it, because my letdown was too strong for him, because it usually goes through the shield to get to his mouth, and then not using the shield, it just went all in his throat and he choked. So we just continued to use the nipple shield. Make sure you invest in some really good nipple cream. I think mine was around here somewhere. Wrigley was playing with it and I'm not real sure where it went, but I will link everything that I'm talking about below in the description. So please make sure to check that out to know all the products that we use and where I order them from. So tip number 2. Practice makes perfect. So that being said, we nurse on demand. So if I feel like he's hungry, that's when I feed him. We don't go off a clock. We don't have a schedule. He kind of has a schedule when he's at the babysitter or somebody's watching him with a bottle. But when he's home and he's nursing off of me, we don't have a schedule and we feed on demand. So if you think that your supply is low, it probably isn't. Baby is probably more than likely cluster feeding. So just keep that baby latched, and the more times you do it, the better it's going to be, the more perfect your latch is going to get, and the easier breastfeeding will get for you. So number 3, invest in some soft and comfortable nursing bras, nursing tanks. I got a tank from Bamboobies. I will link it below. And I also bought most of my nursing bras at Walmart. They were all comfortable. The only one that I didn't buy and I bought from Amazon was my pumping bra, which is hands-free. So I just connect on my connect to my breasts when I pump, and then my hands are free and I can do whatever. But so here is a nursing bra that I bought at Walmart. It's kind of like a sports bra, nursing bra. It's got the clips here, so you just clip it and your breast is exposed. So they're really easy. They're cheaper at Walmart than any other place that I found. So yeah, I just went to Walmart and bought mine. My tank top I bought at Bamboobies, but and it was really comfortable. But I kind of just use the 2 shirt system when I'm nursing. So I will wear a nursing bra and then a tank top and then my shirt. And that's the only nursing tank top that I have. All my other tank tops are from Walmart. And I just kind of pull it down underneath my boob and it's okay. Let's see. Number 4 would be make sure you have nipple cream. It is a lifesaver. You don't realize, I really wish I knew where mine was, but I gave it to Wrigley to play with for just a few minutes and I think he dropped it and it went behind his changing table. So make sure you invest in some really good nipple cream because you will need it. You also can use like coconut oil or olive oil. It's okay for baby to nurse and use those. The one that I used and I found like was awesome was Bamboobies. It's organic. I didn't have to use a whole lot and my nipples were really bad. Like they were all cracked and hard and they hurt. So I found that worked the best, and I also used coconut oil too. Once my nipples weren't as bad, I used the coconut oil. So another tip, number 5, is create a good, comfy breastfeeding station. So what that means is find somewhere that you and your baby are the most comfortable at. You have a place beside you where you can put water, snacks, all your breastfeeding supplies. Yeah, so mine was just on my couch. We just sat there all day, all the time, and nursed there. I had the TV. Make sure you pick a Netflix show to watch because you will need to binge watch, especially when baby is cluster feeding. And by the way, if you do, I don't know, I feel like I already explained this, but cluster feeding is huge, especially for new moms that don't know, because personally I didn't know, and even all the research that I had, I just felt like he was not getting enough, so I gave him like 2 ounces of formula and he didn't need it. He was just cluster feeding. So if baby is latched to you all the time and as soon as you unlatch them, they start crying and whatnot, just latch baby and let them just suck, eat, go to town. That's what they're supposed to do, and they're helping you and your supply also. So don't feel like, if baby has enough wet diapers, dirty diapers, you're doing okay. That's what counts. So if you're producing enough for baby to have enough dirty and wet diapers, don't worry. Just keep baby latched and you're good to go. So let's see. Yeah, make sure you have all your favorite things at your breastfeeding station so you don't have to like get up and, you know, what are you doing? You don't have to get up and like get things, and make sure you have like a bottle of water every time you nurse. Yeah, so you want to make sure you still have snacks and all of that fun stuff. So just create a station where you and baby are the most comfortable at. Tip number 6, don't pump too early. Now I know there are people, this is my personal preference. I know there's people that pump right away, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine, go for it. But my personal experience, and I would not pump right away. I waited till Wrigley was about 4 weeks. I did like 1 or 2 pumps like before that or whatever. If I needed to leave and he needed a little extra milk, then I would pump. But other than that, I didn't pump until he was about 4 weeks old, because I was returning to work when he was 6 weeks. So if you want to pump right away, go ahead, but you can create an oversupply, and that's scary. It is good to have enough milk to give your baby and have extra, but it's also not good because you can create clogged ducts easier, mastitis, You can be in the hospital for mastitis. So it's completely up to you and how you are doing things. And if you feel like you need to pump, go ahead. Or if you feel like your supply is down, there's nothing wrong with like power pumping, just to try and get your supply up. But those first 6 to 8 weeks, baby is still regulating your supply. So by you doing that, your body is creating more milk and more milk when you're pumping. I know some people like it and some people don't. I didn't want to create an oversupply because I was scared I was going to get mastitis or clogged ducts. And I have gotten clogged ducts before, but Wrigley gets them out or my pump. So just go by your own preference on that. But my experience, I would wait like 4 weeks to pump. Don't be afraid. What is this? Tip number 7. Don't be afraid to nurse in public. I know as a new mom, it's kind of intimidating and you're scared that somebody's going to say something to you. You may not be comfortable like maneuvering baby around, trying getting him in the right position. I completely understand. But if you have a cover or you do the two shirt system, you can't see anything. So Wrigley was probably a month old and we went shopping, and I just went to Walmart and bought one of those, I think it was Parents' Choice covers, and it kind of had the round thing around here, so if I looked down I could see him, and he was fine. And I did get some people that looked at me, but you know I needed to feed my baby, so it was fine. But if you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, then when the time comes and you need to feed in public, you're going to be scared. So maybe go out just a couple times, feed in public, get comfortable, and you don't even have to go to like a real like public place with tons of people. Just get yourself comfortable and baby comfortable. Now that Wrigley's older, he hates being covered up. He pulls the blanket off of him. He just hates it. And I just kind of take a receiving blanket or a burp cloth, which this is kind of a bigger burp cloth that I have. And if he's nursing on this side, I will just kind of like put this right here and kind of like on the top of his head. But other than that, you can't see anything because I do the two shirts. So I have the cami and I pull down, and then I have my shirt over it. So you can't see anything. It kind of just looks like baby is cuddling with me. So tip number 8, do not be afraid to ask for help. You okay? So if you need to meet with a lactation consultant, you need to call a nurse's station. Do not be afraid to call for help or ask somebody for help. I do have a Facebook group called Mainstream Mama. And I have moms in there that are more than happy to help anybody that needs it. I know we're not doctors and I know we're not lactation consultants, but we're going off of our experience. So if you need help, do not be afraid to ask, because in the beginning I was kind of afraid to ask for help with Wrigley, and I kind of wish I would have, because then I would have been able to see that, oh, he has a lip tie or he has a tongue tie. So I suggest when you are at the hospital those 2-3 days, or if like the NICU or anything like that, ask for help. They are there for a reason. Tip number 9 and 10 are kind of the same, in the same facility, Do not forget to eat and stay hydrated. So with nursing, you're burning like around 500 extra calories a day. So you need to make sure that you're like snacking or eating high protein food. I usually eat breakfast, lunch, I'll have snacks, dinner. I make sure to get those calories in, and I really haven't had a problem with my supply, except when Wrigley was probably about 4 months old. I noticed a dip in my supply, and it was because I wasn't getting enough water. So I take a 32-ounce bottle, or the water bottles, to work or wherever I'm going, and I drink like, if I'm at work from 8 to 5, I drink at least 4 of those. And it can fit 2 16.9-ounce bottles of water in it. So make sure you are getting plenty of water and food. At the beginning, you good? Yeah. At the beginning, when he was cluster feeding and things, Anthony would bring me food and water and make sure that I was hydrated enough and that I was eating plenty. Even though I know in the first month it is super hard to like have enough time to eat and stuff. So I really lived off chicken patties and cereal. Those are the 2 things that I like lived off of for the first month. But I was eating like enough of it that I was fine. So those are like my 10 main tips that I wish somebody would have told me. Also, this is kind of just like, I mean, this I guess is a tip, but you have to take care of yourself too. So self-care is huge for breastfeeding, because it can take a toll on your body and you're not like mentally prepared. You think you are because you do tons of research, but I wasn't. Especially with cluster feeding, I wanted to pull my hair out because he was just latched to me all the time, and I was like, why is he, what's wrong? Am I not producing enough? Am I not, what's wrong with him? And he was cluster feeding, and probably around like 3 months old, nursing got easier for us. So it's kind of just a process, of how you are producing milk and feeding your baby. But take care of yourself. If you are feeling depressed or anxiety or anxious all the time, seek help. Talk to somebody. It's huge, and you don't want to go into like a depression or feel resentment from your baby or your husband or boyfriend, family, things like that. So talk to somebody, because you really need to. So I will get into, now that I talked about my tips, I'm going to get into products that we absolutely loved and wouldn't been able to probably breastfeed without them. So number 1 product is a Boppy pillow. This thing is a lifesaver, and you can use it even after you're done breastfeeding. You know, you can use a pillow, whatever, but you just wrap it around your belly, lay baby, and you're kind of like hands-free if you get it in a good enough position where your baby can eat enough. Yeah, we like the Boppy pillow, don't we? We do. So Boppy pillow is number 1. You can get them on Amazon. I will link this one that we got. I think I actually got it for a baby shower gift, but it was on my registry, so I'll put it in description. Number 2, this product is absolutely amazing. Whoever created this needs an award for breastfeeding moms, because this little thing is unreal. So I actually created like my stash for me to go back to work with this. So that's why I really didn't need to pump, because I had the I think it's called the Haka. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. But so what you do with this is, if baby is feeding off one breast, you take this and you suction it to your other breast. You make sure your nipple is in the center, and your letdown, it will catch your letdown and pull the milk out because it's suctioned. So I mean, the accuracy of the measurements is not correct. I went off that, and then once Wrigley was watched by his dad and I had to go back to work, the measurements were off. So if you get milk in this, I suggest putting it into a bottle of your baby's to measure. But it's unreal how great this little thing is. I will link it below, but when I first bought it, they were actually like really cheap. It was like before, I think they got like real popular, but I think like the price is still like between, I think maybe $10 and $20. I think it just kind of depends on what brand you buy. I can't even remember what this brand is, and there's not a name on it, but it'll be in the description. Product number 3 is washable breast pads. I really only use these at night because if I was nursing him, I was using the Haka. So washable breast pads are huge. I bought these and then I would just throw in his diaper laundry, and they were clean. I didn't buy any disposable ones because I was like, okay, that's kind of a waste of money. So I just use washable ones. I don't know what brand this is, but I really liked my Bamboobies. They're thin, they're soft. I'll link those below as well, because I don't have one with me, I don't think. No, I don't know where, because I haven't used these in like months. Obviously, he's 8 months. I really don't leak much anymore. But definitely get some washable breast pads. Okay, product number 4 that, this is actually just kind of, it's prenatal vitamins. They're raw, so they're plant-based. When I was pregnant with him, I was taking just like the chewable, like 1 day prenatals. But once he was here, I was like, you know, I want to take something that is kind of better for you, not as sugary. So this is actually one that hasn't been opened yet. They are raw whole food multivitamin, nutritional support for mom and baby, no benders or fillers. So it says size is 3 capsules a day. I actually doubled mine to 6 just because with postpartum and breastfeeding, you lose your hair. I did anyway, and I know multiple moms that do. So I doubled mine to 6 a day. So this is what it looks like. I got it off Amazon. Now these are a little bit more pricey than just your regular ones you can get at Walmart for like $15. I think these are like $30. But there's no like weird taste or anything. I was going to open it and see if I can show you guys. I don't know if it's going to. Yeah, there we go. I'll show you what one looks like. They're actually capsules. So you can open these up and put in like a smoothie or a water or whatever you want to do. So they're just not regular pills. They're just capsules. You're loving those strawberries. Mommy's almost out. So I really like these prenatal vitamins, and I still take them. It is suggested to continue taking your prenatal vitamins while breastfeeding. Another product that I found that I didn't really notice a huge difference with these two, but with the other product that I have, and I don't have the bottle with me. I must have thrown it away. Oh, excuse you. I must have thrown it away. But first, so these are Legendary Milk. That's the brand name. This is Liquid Gold. They all have different ingredients for different, you know, to help with your milk supply. I didn't even finish this bottle, and I may have noticed a difference if I would have finished it, but within like a week or two I didn't notice anything, so I just quit taking it and moved on because I bought them in a bundle. So this is take 2 capsules 3 times a day. So this is Liquid Gold, and I've seen reviews where people say like the Liquid Gold worked for me, or the Pump Princess, or the Milk Palooza. And I think it just kind of depends on your body, honestly. So this is the other one, the Milk Palooza. I bought these, the 3 that I have, in a bundle. I think they were like 50 some dollars. But this is, which they are vegetarian capsules. So they're organic. There's nothing, it'll tell you what's... So the Milk Palooza, they all have different ingredients. Didn't notice a huge difference with this one either. But then again, there were reviews that it was really good. Now, the one that really worked for me was the Pumped Princess. The Pumped Princess worked great for me. I think I got like an extra like 2 ounces combined, so 1 ounce per breast. What's the matter? Do you want this? I think you heard it shake. So the Pumped Princess worked for me. Obviously, it'll be linked below with everything else because I don't have the bottle with me. Also, this is another product that I just recently started taking because I seen another breastfeeding mom suggest it to another breastfeeding mom. So these are the Milk Flow from Upspring. This is what... It does have fenugreek in it, and in some women that can decrease your supply, but in mine it didn't. Here's the individual packages. They're all natural. You can put them in water, smoothies. I think it says 8 to 12 ounces of cold water or juice. So yeah, those actually worked really well for me. I wish I would have known these in the very beginning. So but fenugreek can decrease your supply. It kind of just depends on your body again. So those are my products that I have found that have helped me the most. There are, you know, tons of breastfeeding products out there that you know, everybody suggests. I'm just going off of mine and Wrigley's experience. So if you find something that works, I know a lot of people say that the Milky Mama, like their products are great and they work. I just got yogurt everywhere. They work really well. I've never tried them, so I don't know. But I have tried milk boosters. That's what it is. Milk boosters. Cookies, oatmeal, chocolate chip. And they worked really good. I really liked having them, and they're so yummy. Oh, they're delicious. I recently canceled my subscription with them just because we're already at 8 months and my supply is pretty much, you know, established. So it kind of just was like, okay, I don't really need these anymore. I'll just cancel, and if I need them, I'll order them. But I have found that those worked really well. So yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that worked for me. We also use a nipple shield, which I'll link because I don't have it near me. It's packed because he's getting ready to go to his Mimi's. So I packed it away just in case if I needed it for myself, like if he needed to eat before we left or anything. So, yeah, and I'll link the Bamboobies because I didn't have the products with me here. My nipple cream somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But other than that, once you get to like a point in your breastfeeding, it does get simple, guys. It really does. So if you can make it past those first 2 months, just keep pushing. I know it's hard, believe me. I've wanted to quit multiple times because I just didn't think I could do it. But then I kept telling myself, like, okay, Taylor, when you pump, you have a pretty good, you know, supply to keep up with them. So even if he wasn't doing well with latching or anything, I could have just exclusively pumped if I needed to. That's another thing, that what you pump is not an indication of what he's getting. Baby has a better suction than your pump. And some moms just don't respond to pumps. I know multiple moms that they pumped with their first baby and then their second baby and they didn't respond to it. It's just kind of like your body, you know. So it kind of just depends on how things work out for you and your body and your baby. So if you're only pumping like 2 ounces, 2 to 3 ounces total, don't think that your supply is low. You can do, you know, a bunch of stuff to help your supply get up, but you know, you may just not be responding to a pump. So, I mean, don't get discouraged. Nummies. Don't get discouraged if you aren't pumping enough. If you need to get baby formula, don't be afraid to. I mean, the most important thing here is that baby is fed. That is the most important thing there is. So if you need to give baby formula, go for it. Don't feel mom guilt, because I have felt that too. When I had to give him formula, I felt mom guilt. I felt like a failure, and that's not the case. You are doing everything you can to make sure your baby is healthy and taken care of. So with that being said, if you guys need anything, I do have a Facebook group called Mainstream Mama. You are more than welcome to join. Just go to Facebook, go into search, and search Mainstream Mama, and there are moms in there that'll help you. I will do everything I can to help you also. Also, make sure to press the red button, subscribe button below, and give me some thumbs up to let me know how I'm doing. Also, you can leave comments, and I will try and answer those as they come in. So I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy your little ones, or your soon-to-be little ones. We are getting ready to leave, and he's going to go hang out with his Mimi for the day. So you all have a great day, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you.